Something I don't think I'll ever understand is people that say they want to get jacked, they want to get ripped, they want to get strong, something that has to do with the gym, but they don't have enough time. They love food too much. They love to sleep in. They love X, Y, and Z. But you have conversations over and over, or you just hear them repeat the same thing. I just don't have time. Okay. You just got to admit that you don't want it then. Because if you want it, you'll do what it takes to get it. And you have to realize at some point that in order to get one thing, you're going to have to sacrifice something else. And you have to put those things on a scale. Do I want to eat McDonald's every single day? Or do I want to look like a freak? Okay? And I know it's easy today. There's instant gratification anywhere you go. But I think if more people shifted their focus to delayed gratification and doing something that will reap benefits long term, I think a lot of people would, have a different outlook on many different things. Now, when you get into the cycle of training all the time, every workout in and of itself becomes an accomplishment. You're happy to go to the gym and you don't even think about it, right? Like, you're thinking if you train 5 to 6 days a week, you're logging about 300 workouts per year. So one workout is really just a drop in the bucket. But I'm not necessarily going to see the results from today's workout until a few months from now, but only if I keep working out after today. So I have to continually go to the gym after today's workout to see the benefits from today's lift, if that makes sense. And the only way I'm going to benefit from today's workout is if I have those past 3 months of workouts logged behind me. So many people, life gets in the way. You fall off for a little bit, and it's hard to get back into the groove because you feel like you've lost so much progress. And you have. You've missed out on a lot of progress. But I think if you just realize whatever happened. If you fell off the horse, the hypothetical horse, just get back on it, right? There's no good will come from dwelling on the time you missed out on, except the fact that you missed out on gains, and then just get right back on board. Otherwise, you're not really doing anything. Thinking about it's not going to change your situation. If you don't like who you see in the mirror, then you got to change somehow. You got to change something about yourself. But if you don't do anything to fix the situation you're in, you're not going to like looking at yourself. And I don't mean that in like a physique kind of way. I just mean the kind of person that you are, your character. Sometimes we're knocked down, man, and it's just, you got to get back on as soon as possible. So anyway, today's lift is upper chest and shoulders. I'm fairly hyped about this lift. Last week, it went very well. This week, we're going to pretty much do the same. I know I did the incline bench press, and I know I did the incline machine press. I don't remember if I did any flies or anything like that, but I might go back and check. And I'm still messing with the idea, but I might throw some front delts in, but I'm not too sure. Because when I was looking at the pump from last week's upper chest workout, my front delts have maintained size quite well, so I'm not too worried about hitting them. I don't think they're out of proportion yet, because I'm trying to bring everything else up to my front delts, so it looks proportionate. And we're chasing balance. And that plays off of a conversation I was having with you guys or myself on how you structure your program. When you look at your physique, look at your strengths, and look at your weaknesses, and realize that you can pull back from your strengths, your stronger muscles, from an aesthetic point of view or a size point of view. It doesn't take nearly as much volume to maintain the muscle you've accumulated as it does to grow new muscle. So you can go from training a muscle 2 times a week to 1 time a week and drastically decrease the intensity or the volume. I'm not talking about just be lazy, obviously go hard. But you get what I'm saying. You don't have to train it as hard. And that's a difficult thing for anyone to do. It's hard for me to do. Pull away from, you have a muscle that you really connect with, and that's like your bread and butter workout, your dessert. And then you have to focus on the muscles that are weak, that you can't see, like your rear delts or your hamstrings, or fixing a bicep injury. Gross. But these are all things that are necessary in order to build a complete physique. If you're trying to build the complete physique, you got to do the things that you don't like to do. And sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice some workouts for some workouts that are necessary, but you don't necessarily want to do. But it'll pay dividends in the long run. You'll be glad that you did them. You'll be glad you took a year off fixing a lingering bicep injury or some knee pain than going 5 years and making it worse, and now you can't even lift anymore. So temporary setbacks will set you up for success in the long run, but you gotta catch on to it pretty quick. Otherwise, it could spell absolute demise for your future. And I don't want that for anyone. I don't want that for myself. So, and it's hard, man. We got all this testosterone flowing through our system, telling us to go hard as balls every single workout. At least I hope so. And then to just take it easy. Like, that's the other thing. You gotta put an easy workout into perspective. Like, on paper, a PT workout will be easy compared to, 3 sets of 10 with 405 for squats. But those can be some mentally challenging workouts. Just completing them, you're like, dude, these movements are so boring. I don't feel any satisfaction from doing these. But you do them every day or however frequently your PT prescribes you. And then your problem is fixed, right? So sometimes you got to do the stuff that you don't want to do, and if you can find a connection to why you're doing it and understand that in the long run it's going to be better, think things are going to work out for you. But anyway, first movement of the day is going to be incline bench press. Going to try to do a little bit more weight than last time, and we're just going to have fun with it. So I'll see you guys at the first set. All right, you already know how it is. Starting off the workout with a heavy compound movement. Today's movement is the incline bench press, and dude, this has been feeling so good lately. The elbow sleeves are honestly a game changer, and honestly, I cannot see myself benching without these. Every time I bench without the sleeves, man, I just feel like my elbow is about to snap. Not with these sleeves. I don't know. These are the only sleeves I've ever used, but they feel super springy, which, you're using the sleeves to help you lift the weight. Dude, I don't care. The tension is on my chest. That is gains. And that's what we care about. I'm not interested in, oh, you're taking, you're not strengthening this. I care about my chest. I want to build a big chest. Okay, so I'm going to overload my chest with weight, and if I can use elbow sleeves to help me out with that, I'm going to. And you should too. I've never understood the mindset of, oh, you shouldn't use straps. Your grip strength isn't going to get stronger. You shouldn't use knee sleeves. Your knees are going to get weak. Well, I'm trying to lift as much as I can to overload the muscle, and the sleeves help me do that. I'm not trying to build super big elbows, but I do want my elbows to feel good. So the sleeves stay on. Anyway, moving on to some dumbbell bench, incline dumbbell bench. Going slow on the way down and then exploding on the way up. Weight's not too crazy here. Honestly, it kind of looks like the weight's moving fast on the way down, but I'm focusing on keeping as much tension on the muscle that I can. So I'm gassing out super fast. And I know a lot of people like to lift super, super heavy, and it's fun every now and then, but I find I get pumps that are just way fuller if I go a little bit lighter and focus on slowing the reps down during the eccentric part of the movement, or not necessarily going super slow, but just fighting against the eccentric. And the heavier the weights get, it's harder for me to hold the connection with my muscle. So I opt for a little bit lighter of a weight. Not as good for the YouTube, but it's a lot better for the pump, which is what I really care about. And we're just finishing off the chest portion of the lift with these incline machine flies. This machine feels crazy good. Like, the squeeze you get at the top is pretty ridiculous. Way better than a dumbbell fly, in my opinion. And I like this machine a lot more than the seated pec deck, where you're kind of like, your back is flat. This machine, the seat is kind of like arched, so it kind of fits your back really nice, and it almost like props your chest out and open, so you're in the prime position to get a good squeeze. So if you see that machine, definitely give it a shot. And then just finishing off the day with some shoulders, doing some seated side laterals here. I didn't record all of the sets because it would be very repetitive, and I don't think it'd be very fun watching 6 sets of side laterals unless you're just really into that kind of stuff. But just repping it out, moving the dumbbells off to the side, a little bit of a front angle for you. Same thing here, just fight it on the way down, get a good squeeze at the top, and just build those delts, dude. Death Star delts, that's the goal. That's what we're shooting for here, and we're making some progress towards that. And then moving on to some reverse dumbbell flies, seated as well. This is honestly my favorite rear delt movement. I think it's just the free motion of the dumbbells gives me a really good connection with my rear delts. The reverse pec deck is also a good option, but this is a bit of a grittier movement, in my opinion. Something about leaning over and just kind of pulling the dumbbells back feels really nice, but I do like to switch it up every now and then. And same thing here, just a couple sets of the reverse dumbbell flies. No need to spam you guys with an ungodly amount of sets of these. But anyway, we'll just finish repping these out, and then I'll see you all in the posing room. All right, that is a wrap. Shoulders and chest. Nothing left to do but to check out this pump. Oh, hit a couple PRs on the bench. That was nice. A couple of rep PRs. Can't complain there. Oh, yes. Another pump for the diary. Ugh. honestly, I don't understand how anyone could like training for anything but a pump. Getting PRs is cool, but seeing your muscles just engorged with blood, dude, like, would you not want to walk around like this all the time? This is sick. Come on, man. Don't lie to yourself. You know you wish you trained for pumps instead of strength. All jokes aside, though, this pump is crazy. Exactly how I knew it would be. But, you know, you just come in, don't make anything overcomplicated. We didn't reinvent the wheel or, you know, try to do so many sets that we just don't even have any pump left. Like, if you get to the finish line of your lift and you don't even have the resemblance of a pump, like you're just flat, once your pump goes away, dude, just call it there. So we're peaked out, max pump, and now we just got to eat and do cardio, and then I'll see you in the car. Okay, I think we're on. Anyway, what a great lift that was. Definitely one for the books. Solid pump for sure. And it's always a good day to hype yourself up before every set. You know, something that never really made sense to me is I'll look around the gym, as one does in my workout, and just kind of, you know, see who's lifting, see what people are doing, what day of the week they're on. And I just got to say, now I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what's going on inside somebody's head. But there's too many people that look like they're just not in the zone. They look like they're off somewhere else, like they're watching a TV show in their head, or thinking about something their girlfriend said to them, or thinking about what they're going to do when they get home. But bro, you're at the gym. You got weight loaded up on the bar. And you might not think that thinking about the set or hyper-focus is going to make that much of a difference. Well, I'm telling you it does. If you lock in, if you amp yourself up, not to the point where you trick yourself into thinking that you're going to bench 405 when you haven't even benched 225, that's sheer stupidity. I'm talking about locking in, getting ready for the set, and just getting ready to get the work done. Because if you're not locked in, that can make or break the last rep or two on a set. And I know, because I've been there. You know, you kind of like lose your focus on the last rep of a squat, and now all of a sudden you can't even stand up. And I think, you know, more people in the gym need to look like they're about to go to war when they're going to do their sets. Because, you know, if you're not serious about your sets, I don't think you're going to make any serious gains. And not necessarily like you have to look like you're going to, you know, hurt someone. But, you know, at least in your head, man, you need to amp yourself up a little bit. Like, really lock in, because you should be pushing weight, at least in the beginning of your workout, pushing weight that you don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, that's really the only way you grow, right? It's traversing the unknown, pushing weights that have not been pushed before, hitting reps that haven't been hit before. There's too many times people go to the gym and hit the same workout week in, week out, and they're just confused as to why they're not growing. And it's really not that confusing. I really don't think it is. Bodybuilding, in theory, is quite simple. Eat the food, lift the weight, sleep, drink some water. And then the rest is just kind of like, little stuff you add along the way to make it a little bit more fun. Little treats. Add some pre-workout here. Other stuff. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying, though. But I think more people, need to lock in and just focus up. So many times, people... And what's funny is the same people will tell you that all they think about all day is lifting. And then they're at the gym, and the last thing they look like they're thinking about is their workout. They're talking with their friends, they're on their phone. They finish every set, and they look like they could have done twice as many reps as they just did. So you guys need to have a conversation with yourself. And once again, I'm just going to, clarify here. I'm not just talking about everyone else. Like, this is a reminder for me too. It's always good to be real with yourself and have these conversations. Like, shit, I have bad lifts every now and then. And the drive home, kind of like, I could have done this better. Definitely could have gone harder on that movement. Just kind of like analyzing. And then making it better the next workout. So there's always something to improve. Once you feel like you've hit the point where you don't have anything to improve, you just stopped improving right then and there. And it's hard sometimes. Like, it's not always going to be obvious what you have to do to move forward or to improve, but it's there and it's waiting for you to figure it out. You just have to want to go find it. And it starts with intensity and intent. If you don't have intent when you go to the gym, a good physique isn't built by accident. It's not just going to be like, well, I guess I'll just hit the sets and see what happens. Your physique is a reflection of your mindset, right? A physique that is like chiseled and hard and grainy, that's a focused physique right there. And yes, and that's what we're going for, especially on a cut. Now I know it can be a little contradictory on a bulk when you're getting a little soft, but keep in mind, look at the quality from bulk to bulk. Like, did you gain size? What does the quality of the size look like? Did you retain muscle definition, or do you just look like a giant blob with no detail? There's ways to measure. You're not comparing your bulk to your cut. You're going to compare your bulk to your last bulk, your cut to your last cut, that kind of thing, to kind of see if you're moving forward. But yeah, it's not super complicated. It's simple. It's not easy. There's tricks to make it seem easier, but at the end of the day, you got to lock in. You got to do the work. So make sure you're doing the work. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you when I see you.